Yeah.
Come here, Dave. Come here, buddy. We love you.
I love you too. Good to see you.
A lot of love, man. Sorry to surprise you like this.
You surprised me.
When I was like going, when you were like,
you did. I could not figure out what I was seeing. I said, this could be the guys, Craig and there.
How are you, my friend?
yes.
You guys are surprised now, Craig.
How are you?
You fine?
Yeah, good.
Oh my God. Give me a hug. Wow, nice to see you.
That area down here, we're walking, and then Dave goes, oh, this is the area that the bishop was talking about.
Yes!
It's a bit dangerous, and we're going, whoa.
I told you.
Yes,
Right.
he told us.
We're not come here at night time, no.
Yeah.
Well, when you were all guided,
Yeah.
when you told me about it, you can come. I can give you the magic, how to walk. I can tell you how you walk. Tomorrow, you're gonna come.
Okay, we have
Tomorrow is
time.
Monday.
Okay,
Monday.
yes.
Yes. You guys just come here at 7. We're gonna have a large meeting here. Prayer just from 7 to 3, 7 p.m. to 3.
Okay.
David, Bishop here at his church, deep in the ghetto.
Well, thank you, Dev. My name is Bishop David Chiganda, Senior Pastor of Christianity Focus Center, found in the ghetto Dev I just told you about, and that is Mengo Kisenyi, LC1 Chiganda Zone. Just Chiganda Zone is named after my name, but the leaders in this area chose to name this community after my name after seeing what the Lord had done through me. About 17 years ago, as I was pastoring a church about 30 minutes from Kampala city, I was moved by the Spirit of God to come in this ghetto, which actually was a no-go area, can call it a danger zone, because of the sorts of evil that were being practiced in this area. I didn't believe it was God at first, because it was so crazy for God, the most loving God, to send anyone to come in such a community and do anything, because we only in this community know that it's community for prostitutes, for drug addicts, for drunkards, and robbers of the city, that every time they used to snatch people's property from the city, this is the place they used to run to for purposes of hiding. This is where they used to spend their day and night, sleeping, resting, before they could go and attack and attack other areas. But God, about 17 years ago, sent me to come here and plant a church here. Like I told you, I was pastoring another church, so I never believed that this was God. I thought maybe it's the devil who wanted to destroy my life, because there was only one time I remember I had passed in this area before I moved to come and plant a church here. And I remember that time when I did, I landed into a camp of so many prostitutes who were almost naked. They were calling me to give me a service, which I wasn't part of. Yes, I wasn't born again, but I didn't want to go that direction. I was a young man, and I remember I took off. That is 5 years, that is 10 years before I came here to plant a church. But here is God 10 years later, when I was born again, so told me that I should come back in the same community and try to transform it. Now, this is a long story that I'm going to cut short. I came after asking God a lot of questions and putting a lot of conditions before Him, which He kept accomplishing and working on them and fulfilling. And finally, we came here and planted the church. We went through real hell just to plant this church, because I don't know anybody out there is know of a church whose walls was always shared with the prostitutes. Like we used to be in the church, but outside beyond the wall, walls. There were prostitute camps around the place. About 6 of them were surrounding our first church that we had in this community. And each one of these camps were containing over 30 women who make sure that they irritate themselves, they irritate their body before a day ends. One woman could entertain 20 men. This is how serious it was, because they take drugs, they do a lot of stuff. And when we came to start a church in this community, these prostitutes really never believed what we are trying to do. They thought it's a high level of provocation. They thought we are here to provoke them, so they took her through real hell, throwing it to us, used the condoms and stuff like that. Sometimes when it used to come to the evening, they used always to come out of their camps and flood on the church shed. We call it a veranda, church shed outside, for easy display. Can you imagine a church, but on the shed, prostitutes are flooding there every evening just to call men, the pass-buying men, to come and buy them. You know, that was so horrible, but we went through that, and we thank God that the gospel was preached in this area. We kept preaching in this area. We did a prayer walk. We dealt with the principalities of the area. We preached to the drug addicts that were in this community. We preached to the drunkards. We preached to those that were thieves. And guess what? Today, in such a community which had only 4 categories of people that I told you about: the prostitutes, the drunkards, the thieves, and the drunkards. You know, today in that same community, out of such people, we have a church of more than 3,000 people right here. I hope Dev has already shown you the pictures. You have seen it. But that is where we are today, and we thank God that those that used to be prostitutes, almost 40% of them are in church. I mean, the 4 categories of people: the drunkards, the thieves, the drug addicts, and the prostitutes. You can see them in church today. You can see those that are the same people today playing guitars, playing keyboards. Some of them are already pastors, elders, deacons, ushers. You know, we are enjoying such a wonderful community transformation. We have been part of it. We feel it. We love it. That's why I like to be here. You know, Dev, do you want to ask me any other question?
Yeah, I do. And now that your church is growing and everything is going good with you, Dave, right now, you also we're in your studio right now. You have a radio station. Could you tell our viewers what's happening with that?
Yeah, so much is, Dev, so much is happening here, and I love to be here. You know, every time my physical mind tells me that maybe I should go somewhere else, or live in the States, or do other projects outside this community, the Spirit of the Lord keeps reminding me of the mission and the goal that He wants to achieve from this community. So about 2 years ago, when we got a vision of starting a radio station, because I do a lot with radios, I preach a lot with radios. Actually, the explosion that I talk about, to have 3,000 members today, it is part of it is a radio ministry that we've been doing for the last 9 years now. But when it came to a point when I was tired of hiring other people's radios to have my shows there, and I said, God, now I need you to give me a radio. That's a long story on how I got a radio station, because our church is in a poor community where you can't really get a lot of money to do whatever you want to do. But we still work with the little that we get, and we still use our own money, the ones that we get from our other small investments. But what happened, we finally agreed that we need to start a radio station. Now, as a human being, I thought maybe I should have this radio station in a decent place, which is not a ghetto, maybe for commercial reasons, and I thought I could get more money if I had placed it somewhere else. But the Spirit of the Lord told me, I don't need you to go off track. This is where I called you for. This is where I placed you. I brought you here to change and transform this community. Whatever I want to do with you, apparently, I want to do it with you right in this very place, so that the world will know that God changes people and God changes places. You know, we had no choice. We started a radio station in this very place. So this is the first radio station in this ghetto. Remember, this ghetto has been like this for the last 50 years. 50 years. It has been like this. When I was doing my research, all the leaders of this community told me that this area has been like this for 50 years. The rest of other places, the outskirts of it, they are they have a little bit of some development, but this area in particular was kept like this, you know. It's just like an island in Kampala city. It's like a Satan, the devil, chose. He worked through some people without their knowledge to keep this area like this, so that he can turn this to be his stronghold, so that he can do all his activities from here, you know. And even the government leaders, when you ask them why this area was abandoned and left like this for these many years, nobody has got an answer. Nobody has an idea. It takes a spiritual man to know that for sure this is something spiritual, that the devil wanted to turn this to be his stronghold. He wanted to turn this to be his area of operation. So that is why it has been like this for those many years. But today we thank God that this area, by the time we came here, Dev, you could not pass in this area, even during the time with your mobile phone. Even during the time, you could not pass with a watch on your hand. You could not pass with a handbag. You could not come with your jewelers, no necklace, stuff like that. Even during the time, the thieves of the community of this ghetto, they would snatch it and run away. I can't count how many times they stole our properties. One friend of mine brought a truck, and it was a government truck. He parked it by the church door, and he came in my small office. That's about 15 years ago when we first came in here. And in less than 5 minutes, when he was in my office, when he went back to find his car or to check on it, the 2 batteries that runs the truck had been taken. That is how serious this community is. Can you imagine somebody taking batteries from a truck? I can't count how many times they used to break into the church and steal all the chairs. They steal all the bags. Sometimes we used to have all the night prayer that could stop at 3 a.m. and then we take a nap together with some ladies who were prayer warriors. But these thieves could always be monitoring what we are doing inside, and when they realize that we have taken a nap, they could come in and steal all the women bags. Go away. By the time you wake up in the morning, no one has got a bag. This is how terrible it is. But Dev, we thank God, because there is a whole lot of difference in this area today. You can come during the time with all your property, you walk through, nobody touches your property. You can come during the night time with your car, park it wherever you want to park it, you're going to find it. Even during the time, even during the night time, you're going to find your property intact, non-touched. In our church today, we have sound equipment. It stays there. It stays there in such a former terrible place. We have sound equipment, the microphone stays there, nobody touches them, nobody steals them. Even the radio station is placed there just for God to use it to prove to the world that He changes people, He changes communities, He changes places. Because if we are taking it away and have this radio station somewhere else, maybe our testimony would be at stake. That if you say that God changes places, then why did you have to take the station away? And why did you have to build it in another place? So really, this is an evidence that God changes places, and He changes community, and He changes people.
It's very true, David, and I'm a true witness, and you're a true witness that as a foreigner, I've been here 3 times. I haven't even had anybody come up to me with a negative or a dark, evil vibe to try to rob me or my partner. It's been safe, and I feel completely comfortable here. And if that's because of you, you are truly a blessed, amazing man, David. And
we have a lot of activities in this place. This is one of the busiest church in Kampala.
Oh, really? Right here?
One of the busiest church. We have got services every day, lunchtime. That is 12 to 8. I mean 12 to 2. 12 to 2 we have service here. It's called a lunch hour service. Much as we have another service, we run them concurrently. Downtown we have a similar service. But even here, for many years, since all the years that we've been here, we've been having a lunch hour service here. Right now, as I'm speaking, this is a Monday night. You've already seen what is in church right now. There's prayer going on. Prayer going on. I mean, people just come here to pray. you know, so that God can transform and change their lives, so that they can stop their former behaviors entirely. You know, all those people you see they are praying, some of them were prostitutes, they are crying to God to change them. Some of them were drunkards, some of them were drug addicts. You know, now they're crying to God to give them a job, because they really need jobs. They don't have jobs. You know, you imagine somebody who has been a prostitute all his life. When he gets converted, it's a big challenge, because it's like he doesn't have any skill. He doesn't have anything to do. That's one of the challenges that we're having as a church, that many of them, when they get born again, come to us and they want to know, Pastor, what can I do now for me to survive? Because what you call a sin, you know, what I've been doing, what I've been calling my career, and where I've been getting money, Pastor, according to your preaching, you have called it a sin, and I can't do it anymore. Yeah. So it is a real battle for us to get them started, get them do something. That's one of the challenges that we're having, to get people employed, to get people survive. Some of them they have got kids, and some prostitutes, former prostitutes, they have got kids who have no fathers. They don't know the fathers, you know, all that kind of thing. So those are one of the challenges, but we are pushing, and we are believing God for a change. We are believing God. We are believing God for a huge church building here. We are taking care of 420 orphans, not in this area, but in another area. We are taking care of them. We are offering free education to them. We do a lot of stuff. We do care ministry, that where we of recent you heard of a mudslide disaster in the eastern part of Uganda. Our church organized all the clothes and stuff. We collected from people. We loaded a truck and we took them in Bududa. You can check that on the internet. Yeah. Bududa has been worldwide news, where the slides moved, the mud moved, the mud slided and killed 300 plus people. We are buried in the ground, but we do care ministry. We took stuff there to really help these people. We do a couple of other stuffs with our ministry. We do a couple of other stuffs.
Dave, you're truly an amazing man. Thank you for all these stories. I'm sure you can go on and on. I can feel the love, the vibe, the energy coming from you. I know you just want to go on and on.
Let me say one more thing.
Sure. Okay.
Because we are a praying church. We also, from here right to where the church is just about 300 meters to one of the biggest stadium of the city.
Oh, okay.
So what we do at 31st December, we organize a prayer meeting. A very prayer meeting that it sometimes attracts 50,000 people. Come in one place, spend a night in one place crying to God. You know, and that is on the New Year's Eve. You can check that on the internet.
Yeah.
It's on our website. You can see the lots and lots of people, crowds that turns up for such a prayer. Our church is a praying ministry. So if you're going to ask us what is our secret is prayer. We believe prayer can change communities, prayer can change people, prayer can change anybody, prayer can change cities, it can change a nation, prayer can change anything. So our secret and our strength is prayer.
David, again, I'm just moved, touched by you. You're an amazing human being. There's a lot of love and warmth. You have a light about you, and I feel so lucky here to know you and see you and capture this. I will do my utmost best to share this information with the world. And again, I want to say God bless you for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I feel lucky to know you, and I hope to have more fun and get to hear more stories with what you're doing here in the future. It'll be totally a pleasure.
Someone wants to know the name of our radio station? It's called 93 Kingdom FM.
You got it.
Yes.
David, our time is short right now. Again, thank you so much for your time, and we're going to continue off to the next story. So for right now, we're going to take a break. Thank you again, okay? All the love.
Thank you. Thank you.